And the food pyramid will help you find the right balance. Just remember, every color, every day.
Nothing can stop me now.
Welcome to the Lads AM podcast, a show for those late night ramblings you only get when the rest of the world is asleep. This show is available in both podcast and Let's Play form. Check out our social media to find out how to listen the way you want to. Tonight, we are playing What's up, man?
Chicken butt.
I get to play as Funky Kong.
Got him, boys. Fucking boys. Yo, Funky Kong?
Yo, I'm so excited.
When
Funky Kong was
are-
my jam in Mario Kart Wii.
when
him
are we
and
gonna-
Koopa.
When's Mario Super Sluggers coming back? And are they gonna ruin it like they do all these sports games now?
When is Mario Super Sluggers gonna come back? What, like another Mario baseball game, you mean?
Yeah,
Uh,
because I know that what was it? The Strikers I don't think was very well received.
It
I
was
thought
not.
it was decently received.
It was definitely not. Everybody
No?
hated it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I remember. And then that was the big one. So I'm hoping maybe Super Sluggers, or if they make whatever they would call another Mario game or another Mario baseball game, can hopefully be actually good.
If not-
I love Super Sluggers so much.
Super
Me too, it's
Sluggers
great.
was a lot of fun. You know what other Mario sports game was really good?
What?
Any of you play on the DS Mario Hoops 3-on-3?
Hell yeah!
I
don't
don't think I had a
I-
chance to play it.
I genuinely cannot think of a better game, in my opinion, that is the epitome of I really enjoy playing this game, but at the same time, I'm god awful at this game. I was so bad that, like, I don't know if I ever made it. Well, I forget, was there even, like, a story mode to that game or anything?
I don't really remember. All I remember was there was like 3 characters and I had no idea what they were. And I think they're like Final Fantasy related or something.
Yes, there are Final Fantasy characters.
Yeah, the cactus, the wizard, and the other one.
Yeah.
I forget what it is. But there, I had no idea who they were, and I
Yeah.
didn't have Google back then, obviously.
No.
no, not at all. So I just kind of accepted it,
hmm
but I distinctly remember not being able to beat them. So I think maybe there was like a campaign thing, because at one point I know I had to do all 3 of them.
Yeah, that game was really good though. I remember liking the animations that they did with the dunking and stuff.
Oh yeah, there was like crazy stuff.
Yeah. I don't. When was the last time I would have played that game? Probably in a decade or so.
Honestly, yeah.
Fuck. That,
Bring it
Matt.
back. Yeah, that's me.
Next time we can do a podcast in person.
Okay.
Mario Hoops 3-on-3.
Wait, how?
What do you mean how?
Do you have it on your DS?
I have a DS capture card.
Oh, so you could.
I
Oh,
could
you're
record
right.
it, and then if the 3 of us are together, I think we could play together via local connect or whatever.
Oh, I would need to bring a DS.
Yeah, I mean, you would all have to bring your DSs, but like,
Oh, that'd be cool.
we could make it work, I think.
Can we also next time we do Mario Kart, because there's no more like wet waves? Can we do the DS one and we can all play as the gray shy guy?
I was gonna say
Download
2 of
play?
you would have to be Shy Guys, but yeah, I think we could make that work.
Me and Dustin Shy Guys? No way, bro.
I know we had talked about doing episodes before where the 3 of us are in person together, but we're still like gaming, but doing a game that we could only do like locally together. Because if we opened up the door to games like that, then like there's so many other games that we could do.
Monopoly.
I mean, nothing's stopping us from doing Monopoly now. Hell, we've done Monopoly, didn't we?
Yeah, but for real. on
And
a
it won't
board.
crash on us in real life.
What I'm hearing, Matt,
True.
is the next camping episode, you want us to play Rusk.
And we also make Shane stay really late. Damn, man.
Oh boy.
Did y'all hear about the whole thing that happened with like there was like this online like brothel in Boston that got shut down recently?
Wait, what?
Did you hear about that?
No.
Shit, my
Uh,
hangout spot.
I missed out on it.
I mean, you go for opposite ends of the joke.
Yeah,
Dustin missed out, but my hangout spot was shut down.
I heard about it. I heard about it today. I can pull up like an article when I get the chance on it, but it was basically this like kind of like it was kind of like a sophisticated, I guess, one. Like it had some like politicians and stuff in it.
Ooh.
Like,
Oh wait, I think I did hear about that. I didn't know it was on Boston.
It was
I
like
saw like headlines about it.
like recently, right?
Yeah, like a couple
Yeah,
days
it
ago,
was-
I think.
Like
what I-
local politicians?
I don't know necessarily much about it, but I know it. They said the reason that when I was listening to this like show that just goes over like weird news every week.
Mhm.
They said that it was like Boston and like parts of Virginia, but I said Boston. I'm like, yo,
I know that place.
I've been there before.
I've been there.
But yeah, it was like, and I guess there was a bunch of people like posting on like their forums, being like, "Guys, I am really scared," because like the thing got shut down. They're like,
Mhm.
"I am scared. Are we at risk? What precautions should I take to not be exposed?"
Stop talking online. just let it close down and you're good, really.
I guess they
Just be
had
like, oh well, guess I can't go there anymore.
I don't know, like if it was like it had some online element to it, so maybe it was like mostly done like it was set up through stuff online. I don't know. I'd have to read the article for once. But I just
After
wanted to bring
COVID,
it up.
people realized that we can all set up brothels using Zoom. I love the idea of setting up a Zoom meeting and it's just so fucking like people stripping.
Oh, you mean Omegle?
I mean Omegle,
Yeah,
but like
rest in
we'll
peace.
set up meeting times with people. Like you book an appointment, Matt, on Omegle.
I mean, I'm pretty sure people already do that.
Well, you're not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that got shut down.
You get did Omegle get shut down?
Yeah. Did I hear
It
about
was
that?
all done. Too many
Wow.
pedos.
That's a shame because I guess that's a shame. Look, I was gonna say that's a shame before you said what you said. All right. What I was gonna say though is I was literally just about to mention that we should just do Omegle for a podcast.
Oh my goodness.
Perfect time.
Yeah. Tonight we're playing, and it's just some guy jerking off because that's all that happened on Omegle anyway.
No, Matt, that's Uno.
Oh,
Yeah, you should do that next time we play Uno.
Next time we play Uno, yeah.
Oh, do it with the
With the connected camera.
the Kinect webcam.
Yep.
Yeah. Basically, the guy was like, the I forget, I don't know his name, but the guy who like started it and like made it, he was like, yeah, like people just like want me to like completely fix the bad people using it problem, and I just like physically can't do that. And like, so I guess we're throwing in the towel, boys.
Oh. Well, that's kind of a good reason to shut it down, I guess. I didn't realize that was what it was.
Yeah, well, they got
I mean,
there was a lawsuit that happened fairly recently. That was basically this girl, this like young girl got matched with like a pedo.
creepy guy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And basically they ended up losing that.
Right.
case, and then I think that was just kind of like the last. Like, I don't think they ever like specifically mentioned that trial when they were saying why they were shutting it down. But from the brief bits and pieces that I looked into, that was kind of why. And he was kind of like upset about it, like saying it wasn't fair. So everyone's gonna. There was this quote, something about like all technology that you use can be bad. You could use your phone to call your grandma on her birthday, but you could also use a phone to call in a bomb threat. and people on the internet are like, okay, wait a minute, that is not the same.
Damn, I guess you could, yeah. I guess
Like,
you could do those things.
Your phone is not matching you to random people. you kind of pick who you're calling on your phone.
Yeah, it's not the phone's fault that you made the bomb threat.
To be fair, though, here's the thing, okay?
Bro's gonna talk about a phone.
Call me crazy, but like,
You're crazy.
I'm sure a website like Omegle, right?
Yeah.
And if this is not the case, then I will just shut up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But surely a site like Omegle is one of those sites where when you first enter the site, they're like, you have to agree that you're like 18 or older, right?
I'd hope it does.
Obviously, there's no way to verify that, but like,
I have no idea if there is or not. I never use Omegle. You can
meet up with random people. They'd be like, this website is intended for 18 or older. Because if they don't, then you're right. They're being fucking idiotic. In which case, I will just shut up because there's no defense. But because the whole point of doing a thing like that on a website is to at least somewhat cover your ass.
Well, for most people, it was showing it. But you know what I mean.
Fair enough. That was the problem.
I mean, regardless. If they did do that or not, it was still just, being used. It was still just like terrible.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Probably doesn't really have a place.
No.
Anyway, but yeah.
I'm just saying that, like, no, there was no easy way that they were going to be able to cover their asses in every situation, right? But at the very least, if you put disclaimers, a disclaimer that, like, the person viewing this content really should be 18 or older, and then B, a disclaimer basically saying, hey, by going on this website, we cannot guarantee that anything you see will be appropriate or something like that. I don't know how to phrase it, but like, kind of like you have been warned. Shit might be bad.
Maybe. But I think...
Because, like, no one's forcing anyone to go on Omegle. Like, it's one thing if I called you, Matt, and, like, started saying shit, I don't know. Like, even the people who, like, end up seeing a dick, they purposefully went on the website.
Not for that.
No, that's not what they asked for, but if there was a warning ahead of time, hey, shit might happen.
I mean, regardless, I'd look into it, but I feel like this argument would have been made. But basically, like I said, before this, there was a court case in which a child who I believe was like 11 was matched with a pedophile. And I'm fairly certain I'm pretty sure if the lawyer could have just said, Your Honor, there was a disclaimer that they would have tried to do that. You know what I mean? I don't think... I mean, maybe the lawyer right now is listening and being like, oh my God, I didn't check if there was a disclaimer.
Oh my God, there was a disclaimer this whole time? I've been trying to use the law and stuff.
Well, I guess we're doing this truck.
Yeah, I mean, and I think even if there is, you can still say that, okay, yeah, there's a disclaimer, but your platform is still rampantly doing something much worse.
Yeah, I also don't care about. I also don't care about the legality of it all.
I don't. Yeah, I don't care if there's
a rampant problem. You should, do something about it.
Oh yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Is let me be clear. I'm fully focusing on the legality of it, not the morality.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah,
obviously, the morality side of things, it's a good thing to shut it down because ultimately it was doing more harm than good. There's no denying that, and yeah, I wouldn't argue that. I'm just saying because I've looked into like legality of stuff like this, especially with net neutrality and stuff. So I've just always been interested in like what websites are and are not liable for potentially.
Yeah,
and to me, this seems like a case that net neutrality would cover Omegle's ass, even though Omegle is not covering other asses.
They couldn't. Yeah, I don't know. It was a whole weird.
I made sense. I hope I kind of made sense, but
at the end of the day, I never got to use it.
No, I never used it either.
And I never really cared. I never really cared.
I've been calling Omegle this whole time.
I don't
wait. White?
No, I always read it as Omegle.
I've heard.
Oh my god.
No, here's the thing. I also heard someone today say that they've been mispronouncing it the whole time, and that that Omegle is correct.
What?
Because I always said Omegle, but every person I ever heard say it out loud always said Omegle.
I've always heard it as Omegle, so I always assumed it was Omegle.
Oh, I've always
if it is Omegle, then that's blowing my mind.
I've heard both. I always assumed it was just like a potato situation, and I just glanced over it.
No, it says potato though.
You're right.
Honestly,
I always hated that phrase.
Yeah,
I've always hated potato, tomato. No one says potato or tomato. What are you talking about?
I've heard tomato more than
I've heard tomato before. Yeah, I've heard people use tomato.
I guess
you're right though. I've not heard potato.
Yeah, I've never. I also haven't, but I just. What's one that people do?
I was thinking GIF and GIF.
GIF and
GIF.
Fuck caramel and caramel.
Well, are we all on the same side with that one?
Yeah, it's GIF.
GIF, right?
Yeah, it's 100% GIF.
Okay, thank you. Glad to know we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one we just had? Caramel or caramel?
Yeah, caramel.
Honestly, that one I go back and forth myself all the time. So
same. Sorry, go ahead.
I think for me, because I always go back and forth. I think it's like if I'm saying it on its, if I feel like if I'm saying it on its own, I say caramel. But if I'm gonna say apple, I say caramel apple.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like I eat caramel, but I eat caramel flavored things.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. I think I really do just use both randomly.
Yeah, that one. That's an odd one.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how you spell it, so I don't even know which one makes more sense on the spelling.
I mean, would you say you don't know how it's spelled? CARAMEL?
They could spell it like Colonel, and I wouldn't know.
True. How is Colonel pronounced Colonel when it's spelled the way it is?
I don't know. Teacher, tell me.
I don't know.
I'm not an English teacher. Fucker.
I mean, more of a teacher. I mean,
you're closer to an English teacher than we are.
I guess, but like, I don't have an answer for you. I think it's stupid.
Use math to describe it then.
Yeah.
Oh God.
What's a proof?
What? It's 1 + 1 = 3. That's how you describe the spelling of Colonel.
Illogical.
Yeah.
Why?
Irrational. Irrational. There you go. Why what?
I think that math teachers
Yeah,
Same.
this ought to be good.
should go to prison
Why do you want me in prison?
if they
Being
teach-
gay.
If
Wow! Wow!
Matt said it, not me.
Can we fucking clip that single little bit there? Holy
Yeah, did you
Yeah,
not?
I don't know
did you
why
not-
Matt was leading towards that.
Did you not see me at the Republican debate yesterday? I was going off, dude. No,
Sorry.
I'm saying that all math teachers should be in prison if they teach proofs
Why?
because proofs are terrible.
Proofs
And
are
they may-
important, though.
They are not.
They are in
And-
a way.
In the on the long list of things I will never use, they are at the top of the list of things I will never use, and I don't even need to think about.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I don't even know what they are, and I learned about them for like a month or two.
You really couldn't explain what a proof is?
Nope. I know it was basic. All I can remember is that basically instead of just I was explaining math that has already been figured out, and for some reason they wanted my dumbass to explain it as well.
All a proof is explaining how you prove something. That's literally all it is.
Yeah, sure. But why do I need to explain it when I have already completed the problem? Why don't they trust me? Why do they need? See, he can't explain it to me.
No, I was focusing on not getting hit by balls.
You? Really, you?
Well, yeah, because if I got hit
First
by
for him.
balls, Dustin's sending me to jail.
No, it was Matt.
It
Shut
was
up.
me, damn it!
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
It wasn't a question; it was a statement.
What was your statement?
Proofs are pointless, and you should go to jail if you teach them.
Proofs are not pointless. However, you are right in that
Pointless.
not everyone needs to learn them. Sending someone to jail over something like that's a bit extreme.
No.
Nah, we do it for worse.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, I mean,
We do it for worse. No kidding.
Hey, crazy how there was a big cut there, huh?
oh,
What a
God,
weird. I can't believe that jump in time.
that's the
Hey,
worst.
lap 3, what happened to the first 2 laps?
Matt, I didn't know you knew how to use the world from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Hey, I told you all that I thought it was a bad idea, but you all were like, just say it.
He was trying to give you the biggest out of just saying if it's never mind. Oh God. You didn't know what dairy was.
Hey, me and apparently a lot of people, okay?
That means nothing.
That being said, I've been thinking about it. And I have a weird explanation. And by that, I mean why I think I thought eggs were dairy. And it's just gonna make you think that I'm even more stupid.
It doesn't
What?
immediately. This is the conversation. This was the conversation on the way to going out last night.
Yeah?
I
Yeah,
was not
he-
expecting that.
Yeah. I forget exactly what it was, but he had mentioned that he thought that eggs were dairy. Or that something
I
was like
saw a YouTube short that was like things people actually said in my restaurant. And it was them being like, yeah, eggs aren't dairy. And the customer was like, what? And I was like, wait, what?
Ugh.
and I'm
But
like
like,
he's like, "Well, what's
so-
dairy?" And I'm like, "Milk."
so as we determined, dairy is anything with milk, okay?
As we determined.
Yeah, it took
Has to come from a cow.
Alright.
the greatest
All
minds.
right.
The greatest minds
So-
put their heads together on that one.
We got the council together.
So like I said, I am accepting that what I'm about to say is just stupid, but I'm gonna
Hold on,
say
that's
it,
enough.
okay?
Oh, that's
Mhm.
today.
But like, when you think of a when you think about milk, right?
Which I do often.
Yeah. Scott, when you
Milk.
as
Milk.
core concept, when you think about milk,
Milk comes from cows, which
Yes.
you would typically get from a farm.
yes.
Eggs, similarly, come
Stop
from
it.
chickens,
Stop it, dude.
which would also come from a farm.
By that logic, bacon is dairy.
Yeah, ham
No,
comes
because
from a
bacon,
farm.
because bacon is very clearly meat. Okay.
Oh my.
But like, I don't think eggs are very clearly protein. Like, you can show me literally any kind of meat, and you'll look at it and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's a fucking meat. And if I show you
meat.
any fruit or vegetable, yeah, you might not know which one it is, but you're like, yeah, that's a fruit or a vegetable. But
Sure.
like,
An egg is an egg.
but like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Like, visually speaking,
What the fuck is an
what
egg?
makes a protein
What-
a protein?
What is an egg?
Nothing. There's no visual component to a protein. Milk
But
has
that's-
protein in it.
But milk's dairy, not protein.
That's
What
not
do you-
the category.
They're not mutually
Talking
exclusive.
about the old school food pyramid.
It's saying. Oh my, no, things can have. It's not like protein is its own thing. It exists. Milk has protein. Eggs are protein.
But-
Meat has protein.
But
You can get
in
protein
the
from
old
nuts.
school food pyramid, proteins was a separate category.
I think it was just being like, here's examples of foods that have protein in them.
No,
Make sure you get your proteins.
wasn't it like old category where it was like fruits, vegetables, dairy, proteins, grains, and nuts?
Yeah, but I don't think anywhere it was
Like,
like,
I'm
yeah,
agreeing with
they're
you that
all
milk is
mutually
protein.
exclusive.
And
Or this is
I
the
agree.
definitive grouping of any food.
No, I agree that it's like not exclusive. I'm not trying to say it is. The old school food pyramid's flawed. I understand that.
So why do you keep bringing it up?
Because when we grew up, that was what the standard was. And as little kids, we didn't know any better. So, of course,
I
what our
did.
fucking stupid teachers are teaching us
No,
is
don't
what we believe.
talking about.
Wait,
You thought eggs were dairy.
Right.
That's your fault. You're the
Wait.
stupid one here.
I'm looking. Wait, okay, this should be it. This is it. Sure. The 70s food pyramid.
That's the picture. I want to see it.
Sorry if that was loud.
It's on my phone.
Well, fucking post
One
it
sec.
in
Well,
Medium.
give me a second. Let me read it. The food. Okay, wait. No, this one looks more right. It's not loading though. Visit. Is this really just that low res of an image? There's no fucking way it's that low res. It looks like it's fat, oil, sweets, milk, yogurt, cheese, vegetables, bread, cereals, rice and pastas, fruits, and meat, poultry, fish, eggs, dry beans, and nuts. All things that have proteins in them. But it's all mixed in there. Also, I
This
gotta
is
read-
probably a good time to mention that health was one of my worst classes.
Yeah, oh my god. Dude, I got kicked out of the game.
Did you?
Yeah,
Oh, you're.
it was like, you're so stupid. We're kicking you out. Read this.
Are you guys discussing the food pyramid right now? Get out of here.
Yeah, it seems it put meat, poultry, fish, dry beans, eggs, nuts in the group. So eggs and milk are in completely different categories. It also doesn't look like, it kind of looks like it just listed things in each group. It didn't seem like they named them.
No, they had names.
I don't know, man.
What's the one you're talking about, Matt? Because it sounded weird to me too.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
The
I
only
think there
thing
were
is-
different styles of the food pyramids.
Oh, what does this one?
As evident by Matt's reactions.
Yeah.
This is the weird one that wasn't like layered. It was like they were all because I do remember this one that came out slightly later. That like it was the sections didn't like build upwards; they all went vertically.
Sideways.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one
that's-
I'm remembering.
Yeah.
So when you're remembering this one says grains, vegetables, fruits, milk, meat, and beans.
What?
Okay, Phil, while I post these because I have time.
I'm doing the best I can, but like.
Either
I'm
way,
just saying,
But the food pyramid is irrelevant
Your best
to
is
any of
good here.
your excuse to why you thought eggs was dairy.
here's the thing, okay? At least in this case, I am not the only one, alright?
I don't care.
Seen that there are many other people online who are just as stupid as me
I
who
never
are
claimed
thinking that eggs
otherwise.
are protein. Or who that are thinking eggs are fucking dairy.
A lot of stupid people think the Earth is flat too.
Can't equate the two.
Oh, I definitely can.
No.
I think
Well,
One
it's
is
just
people being misinformed, and the other one is people being willfully ignorant.
I don't think you willfully are. I don't
I'm
think
just
you
saying,
will.
trying to say other people are also agreeing with me isn't really a great defense.
No, I'm not saying that other people are agreeing with me, therefore I'm right. I'm saying other people are misinformed like me. Therefore, I feel less stupid.
That's a bad way to work with things.
I don't think
I'm-
it's a terrible way to think about it.
It very much is.
Okay. He's not the only one.
Oh, this isn't the one? Okay, what the fuck is this one?
That's
See, I
the
know
old,
this one too.
That's the old one. That's like I thought what you were talking about. And then
Hang on,
this
let
is
me-
the one that
This is
Yeah,
the
that's
one,
the
this is
one
the
later.
one that I'm talking about.
This is
Yeah,
the
this
one
one
that
right
goes
here.
later.
I actually know both. I remember.
Although,
See, this is why they got rid of the pyramid because I remember seeing both of these in my health class.
although
Yeah.
the milk section I thought was just dairy.
Yeah.
Matt, are you able to rejoin, by the way?
I did rejoin. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. We can do Rainbow. I meant to click Rainbow Road again. Whoops. So, like, here's the thing, okay? Call me crazy, okay?
We
But-
are. We have been for the past
Hey,
30 minutes.
Listen.
Uh-huh.
If this is your pyramid, right?
That's my pyramid.
And
Not
you
my
know
pyramid.
nothing about food, okay?
I know nothing about food.
And I ask you,
You ask
where
me.
the fuck would you put eggs in here, okay?
Mhm.
This is what I ask myself. You ready?
Yeah.
Well, I know an egg isn't a fruit or a vegetable.
Uh-huh.
It's not a grain because grain means that it grows in the ground. It's not meat or beans, so it must be dairy.
I wouldn't do that at all.
Well, first of all, I would look. I would.
I'm like, all those things come from a cow, and eggs don't come from cows.
So then what?
So I
You just
wouldn't-
say eggs don't exist?
Yeah, I'd say, wow, we should probably come up with a new sort of form to see how much food we should be eating in our diet. Wow, this pyramid's really dumb. Because
Dustin,
just
that
got
is
broken
you
by an egg.
nowadays saying that. There's no shot you at 12 years old was saying that.
I wouldn't care. I just be like, oh, I don't know where eggs would go. That's just weird.
I
But here's the
wouldn't
thing
be
is,
like.
I'm someone where I don't just look at it, say, where do eggs go, and then say, I don't care. I'm someone who
Probably
thinks about
should.
it.
You should be a normal person.
I'm not normal, I'm fucking weird. That's
It's
why
stupid
I
for
for you two.
It is weird to be like.
Also, it's weird to say you're 12 and you know nothing about food.
No, Dustin, I'm
You've been-
25 and I know nothing about food.
You've been eating
Really?
I
it for
still
12
thought eggs were dairy.
You've been eating it for 12 years at that point. I mean, you can look at that thing. I'm pretty sure that's a picture of an egg right there in the meat.
Oh, yeah,
section.
there's an egg right there. There's a hard-boiled egg in the meat and beans section.
So I don't know what you're I guess you also aren't looking at the other. You're like, meat and beans. That's crazy how the section is lists two things, but there's definitely more than two things in that section. That's insane.
There's also peanut butter in there, right there, yeah.
But it's like you also have like I mean, there was probably like a health teacher showing you this pyramid. Is probably the context in which you've seen it. You
Yeah.
could have got some easy participation points by saying hello, teacher, who has agree in something. I imagine. Where are eggs?
Oh, health teachers, not always.
Where do eggs go?
Where are eggs?
You'd be amazed at what it takes to be qualified as a health teacher.
You have to know that eggs aren't dairy.
That's
that
why I'm not one.
that would be. That's the first interview question.
I'm kind of losing faith in you being a math teacher after finding that out.
Hey, I can teach math, just not any much else. I can teach math and history.
They're
And after
so
that,
lucky that I can't, like, I have no way of talking to any of the kids you teach.
Why?
Because I would tell them stuff like this every time you reveal them to me.
I have a hard enough time with the kids in my classroom. I don't need you making things harder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're lucky.
Oh,
36 isn't an odd number?
What?
But 3 is 1 3. and 6 is 2 3s. So I would assume it's an odd number.
Dude, so I had to teach. So I'm teaching my kids how to add and subtract with negative numbers,
Yeah.
and some of them, like, boy, the worksheet we're working on, right? Like, I gave them a worksheet yesterday, and all it is it gives them a number line for each question, and it's like, hey. Using the number line, help yourself solve these addition and subtraction problems, okay?
Yeah, makes sense.
The reason being is that when you add two positive numbers, when the second number is positive on the number line, and you're adding, you would go to the right, normally. But if you're adding a negative, you would have to go to the left.
Yes.
But the very first problem on that addition was 2 plus 3. And I had someone who I can only imagine was way overthinking things. Because they literally raised their hand to ask a question, pulled me over, and then said, I don't understand this, and pointed at number 1. And I literally just looked at them, looked at the problem, looked at them, and I said, 2 plus 3, and they said, oh, wait.
Yeah, they're
probably
overthinking.
Yeah, I was like,
I was nervous.
They were so
Nervous.
prepared to go left, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely just psyched themselves out.
Oh, yeah, it happens a lot in math, so I'm used to it. But I got a chuckle out of it. But the kids are actually doing a lot better with this unit, so that's good.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I think doing this is kind of easy. I really, if I do continue teaching grade 7 math, whether at this school or another school, I want this to be the first unit I teach of the year.
Start 'em off easy.
Start them off easy. It helps ease into school again. And by having the first unit be an easier unit, it helps give them the confidence they need.
Right.
Instead, as it stands, the first unit we did was fractions. That was not a good unit to start with.
Hate fractions.
Dude, no one likes fractions.
Fractions are not fun.
Fractions suck.
What kind of country are we called the United States of America? Teaching fractions?
We can't be fractioned.
We're supposed to be united. We're supposed to be whole. Under God.
God, don't stop.
Indivisible, may I say.
Yeah, spell indivisible.
It is
With liberty,
as
as well as justice.
For all.
For all?
Of us.
Except for the
All of
minorities.
us. Of course.
All of us. Yeah.
Oh, no, I was talking about us.
Like the three of
Us
us.
is in straight
no,
white
no.
males.
Yeah.
You're not included, Matt, because of your race. I'm not included because of my sexuality.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about you two. That was
Oh.
us.
Georgie is an immigrant, so he doesn't count.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
It's liberty and
you're-
justice for me right now.
Yeah, fair,
the
man.
United States of Dustin, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I was reading, so I was watching a video earlier today about DC becoming the 51st state.
Mhm.
And they brought up a very interesting point that I had never considered, but would be kind of a problem, okay? So, back in the day, like 100 plus years ago, right?
Mhm.
DC was in an even shittier position than they are now, where DC residents had no representation in the House, in the Senate, couldn't vote for a president, and their mayor had to be appointed, alright? But then there was an amendment passed, and the amendment basically made it so that the residents of DC could vote for president. DC would have 3 electoral college votes, and the residents of DC could also vote for their mayor. Okay?
Yep.
Now here's where things get interesting. The most recent proposal for DC becoming its own state would be that there would be a state, DC, which basically encompasses about 95% of what current DC is, okay?
Okay.
However, to keep the concerns that the Founding Fathers had about the seat of the federal government being in the hands of a state, all of the National Mall, which is where all the monuments are,
Mhm.
the White House, the Capitol building, and the Supreme Court building and stuff, all of that stuff is so closely packed together that that would become a much smaller, basically Washington, D.C. capital, okay?
Yep.
But here's the thing, is, as it stands, if D.C. became a state, right? That amendment saying that DC gets 3 electoral college votes is still in effect. So, the DC as a state would get their own electoral college votes, right?
Yes.
But then anyone who lives in the actual district would get 3 electoral college votes. Guess who the only person who would live in that new district is? The sitting president in the White House.
That's funny.
So
Wait, their
president would have 3 electoral college votes to themselves, and I wonder who they're gonna vote for 90% of the time.
But so the people that are to decide this, the people that are making the rules, couldn't they just be like, yeah, but we're getting rid of the Capitol's votes now because we fixed the original problem?
So basically,
it's like,
so what happened, Matt, was this was an issue that was in like a draft of the proposal. And then after this problem was realized, they did exactly what you said, where they tried lumping together the appeal of that amendment in with the Statehood Act.
Oh, okay. It sounded like they were acting like, hey guys, like, there's nothing we can do about that. Like, that's just gonna be a side effect. I'm like, can't you just... It's
Just
like,
don't do that.
oh, we just found the bug, and we're gonna patch that before we push the new update to live.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're like, guys, we just had to keep the bug in the game because that's how it works. I'm like, what?
It's like the picture of a hamburger in TF2 or whatever it was.
the
Interestingly,
Coconut, that's what it was, yeah.
Interestingly, so the most recent time that there was a vote for DC statehood, not surprisingly, pretty much all the Republicans voted against it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would just DC would be the most Democrat state there is.
Mm-hmm.
But what was interesting was that Republicans actually made a counterproposal. And on the surface, their counterproposal, I think, is actually very fair. Where they basically said, we understand that the concerns are that the residents of DC have no representation in the legislative branch. So here's our proposal. Everything you just said happens, but instead of those residents of DC becoming a 51st state, they just rejoined back with Maryland because that was all Maryland land to begin with. And on paper, that kind of works. There's only two problems.
They're not from Maryland.
The citizens of DC do not want to join Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
The state government of Maryland has explicitly said they don't want DC.
Oh well.
So I don't think that's going to happen.
Sorry, Republicans.
They're not Maryland.
Well, no, that land was originally Maryland.
Who cares?
Well, so the reason that I bring it up, Matt, is that there's precedent there. So DC was originally 64 square miles of Maryland and 36 square miles of Virginia. But in the Civil War, Virginia demanded those 36... The people who lived in those 36 square miles wanted to rejoin Virginia. And so they allowed them to. That's why DC is not a square anymore. Because DC is all land that was taken from Maryland now.
Sure. Right? I get that.
Oh, there's precedent of that land going back to the original state.
And my response to that is that precedent is stupid.
Oh, I agree with you.
It's a fair response.
Because who cares? Who cares if that's where it came from? This is now, and things are very different.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm just saying how people are arguing it.
Being like I don't care whose land. Okay, if you have kids, and the kids like,
oh God, if I have kids,
if you're a kid and I was like, I was on the swing first. I'm like, the parents are like, I don't care who was on it first. You hit your brother off the swing. You can't do that. No other instance do we really care who got, like, see what I like? It doesn't matter. We live in the now. I don't care whose land it was billions of years ago. I am talking about Maryland. I do not support Hamas. But, like...
I think they were less trying to do something right than Maryland, just trying to not just wanting to get their way and said, I don't know how at Maryland.
Yeah, it's really stupid that like they just can't do the logical thing because ultimately it hurts them. So they're like, we have to try to force something that makes no sense.
Ranked choice voting is bad actually because we'll lose a bunch.
Oh, yeah, well. Exactly.
It's not my fault you guys suck.
Also, not trying to defend the option, just pointing out facts, okay?
Oh boy.
All
right, Ben, what's up?
Them adding DC to Maryland actually increases Maryland's population so much that they actually gain a whole nother seat in the House, which would almost certainly be another Democrat seat. So even the Maryland proposal still hurts Republicans, just not as badly.
Yo, speaking of, because I mentioned the debate that went on, the third one, I think it is.
The mass debate, yeah.
Yeah. The one that, like, no one that was standing up there is going to get the nominee for president, guaranteed. Unless, you know...
I'm hoping he gets arrested, partly.
Unless he's in Maine. Yeah.
Matt, I don't think you understand. I think it is very plausible that we are looking at a situation where Trump is the nominee, and on election day, he's quite literally sitting in a jail cell.
I'm just saying that unless Trump is stopped, no one standing up there is getting the unless they have to pick someone other than Trump.
I have heard that in recent polling, both oh fuck, who's Florida guy? Fuck.
Santis.
Yeah, both Santis and Nikki Haley.
Santis.
Both him and Nikki Haley have been gaining on Trump.
Yeah, they have been for a while, and it means nothing when the dude's over 50%.
Yeah.
Also, it's like, I mean, like, Trump is down, Biden is also down. But if it's like, if Trump can't, or if Trump is like can't run, people are still like, well, probably Biden then, rather than, I don't know. Everyone's down. But what I was gonna mention was that like there were a bunch of like Republicans that were trying to talk. They were trying to talk about abortion.
Yep.
And like I think recently like 7 states voted to like add. I know like Ohio was one of them.
That was the big one, yeah.
Yeah, they voted to add like reproduction rights into their constitution, the state constitution.
Yep.
And like all 7 of them were like, yeah, we're gonna implement these. And now it's
we're gonna
like
implement what?
Reproductive rights into their constitution. Like all of the states.
I thought you were saying the candidates. I thought you were saying all 7 candidates. I was like,
no,
what?
All of the states that voted for it.
Yeah.
Were, and like
they all sided with pro-abortion. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then like all but like I don't remember the guy's name.
Vivek Ramaswamy.
I think the one that went crazy.
Indian.
Yeah, the one that went crazy about it. They were all like weirdly tiptoeing most of the people in the debate were like weirdly tiptoeing the line because they know that like across the country it's almost like it's incredibly one-sided that most of the country is like, yeah, we should have reproductive rights.
Yeah.
But
it's a losing battle. They love to fight.
Yeah, but so they're exactly. Like, I mean, I think it should be in the hands of the states. I'm unhappy that my hometown voted that way, but I think it should be in the hand of like they've been they're tiptoeing the line like crazy because they're like, okay, that's not my point, but pretty much everyone disagrees with me, but I still have to like weirdly hold my point.
I have to keep telling this lie that's about states' rights.
Yeah, except for the one guy that was like, yeah, I think we should impose like a 15-week ban on abortion. And shit like that. And I'm like, well, he's like, all right, well, I could see who he's trying to cater to. I don't know. Politics seem fun now. I don't know. Something about politics lately. Like first, I get to watch the Republican Party crumble. It's really just watching the Republican Party crumble in every instance, whether it's like the presidential election or like the whole thing with the House. It's just fun, man.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. It's scary.
Yep.
But I do get to see adults just acting like absolute children, which is fun to watch.
Yep.
Watch George Santos a bunch. What a riot he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that definitely is wearing like heels, right?
That's Ron DeSantis.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
George Santos did wear heels once when he did drag, which he keeps denying is him, but it was
wait, DeSantis wears heels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely has like heels in his shoes to like, make himself look taller.
Oh my god.
If you ever see him walk around.
If you see him walk around, look at his shoes, how they're oddly flat at like the very front. It's because his toes aren't actually there. They're further back because he's in heels.
And he walks around all weird. It's like, that's the fun part. That's what I'm saying is fun. Why is he doing that?
Well, politics is always a little bit of fun. It's just that it's gotten a little more absurd than usual.
Like, no one cares how tall you are, bro. It doesn't make you look...
It's all because Trump called him Little Ron DeSantis.
True.
Little Rhonda.
Little Rhonda.
Little Rhonda.
And it's like, way to prove him right.
This is what I'm really interested in, okay? When Trump inevitably does get the nomination, okay?
Oh, so you gave up on DeSantis?
Oh, yeah, I mean, we literally just talked about how Trump's like 55 points ahead.
Alright, so I want to make sure.
I mean, believe me, I don't want Trump to win, but I also don't want DeSantis to win, so like...
Bernie or bust.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
No, at this point, it's just Democrat or bust. But what I'm getting at is, I want to know who Trump chooses as his running mate.
It's 100% Nikki Haley.
You think?
I think so, yeah. I've been saying Nikki Haley since I first found out what her name was like 2 years ago.
I think Nikki Haley is very plausible. I could definitely see it.
Yeah.
Ivanka.
He can pull the, oh, I also have a woman as my vice president. Look, we both have biracial women as our vice presidents. I didn't even know she was Indian. Such a fine lady, I didn't even know.
The actual answer is me.
You?
Yeah.
Do you have a...
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun. Do you have a...
if he needs a biracial running mate, like, call me up, bro.
Did you have a guess in mind, Robert, of who it is, or are you just thinking out loud?
Just thinking out loud.
Okay. But no, my bad.
Here's the thing,
Nikki
okay?
Haley. It's 100% going to be a woman, I can say that much. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a trend now.
So, I know that... I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. I know that there have been a number of the candidates at the debates where some of them, not a lot of them, but some of them have basically called Trump out.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to call him Donald Duck.
And some of them basically continue to suck his dick. What I'm wondering is where Nikki is on that front.
I mean, I think she's done a little bit of both.
Because if she's been even a little bit critical of Trump, I highly doubt he's going to choose her as the running mate.
I mean, at some point, they've all had to say something he would disagree with. That's just to
but that's
make
the
out the
thing
work.
is
You have to say that they're different.
Trump doesn't like anyone who's not a hard loyalist to him.
Hmm.
So that's my only reason why I'm hesitant. In theory, she would be a great VP. For Trump. No, I don't want
not
her
for
as my
America.
vice- Yeah, not for America. But this race in particular, it is going to be so important who both sides have as their vice president. Because with both Trump and Biden being as old as they are, it is getting increasingly likely that whoever wins, shit could happen and they just die in office.
I mean, how else am I going to get there?
You're going to need a lot more than just one.
I'm the designated survivor.
Yeah.
What was the... I mean... What was the Kamala Harris thing? She said something about coconuts.
What?
There was a clip of her going... There was a clip of her having a scene, like
Yeah,
a Biden-branded senior moment. I don't remember what it was.
And I know you're talking about, but I don't remember the quote.
Kamala Harris.
About that ID last week.
Was dropped out of a coconut tree.
It was
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me the update.
The update is the Sunday, like I said, I would have that route.
Mm-hmm.
I actually even had that stop as one of the deliveries, so it was perfect. And I delivered it to his mailbox at the apartment.
Nice.
Only problem was I looked at the names on the mailbox, as you should. You should have names on your mailbox if you don't. And if you continue not to, don't complain about getting mail for the wrong people. But on names on the mailbox wasn't his. They were his parents, though, most likely, from what I know, because they had the same last name.
Yeah, yeah.
But those names were crossed out and replaced with entirely different ones. So I don't think he lives at that address anymore.
Do you not get that changed? Do you not have to like get your ID updated if you move?
No,
I assume you did.
immediately. No, I don't think immediately, no.
Well, yeah, maybe not immediately, but I don't know. And that's the thing, it seemed like a new... From what I remember, I thought it was a newish ID, so I was like,
It was a valid ID, I know.
Yeah, it's definitely valid.
If it
You
was,
saying that about having names on stuff or you get wrong mail reminded me of something crazy. So you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
This happened about, I don't know, 5 years ago or so, where I was out on my front porch with my mom. That's where she likes to go to smoke.
Nice.
And I noticed that we had gotten mail, and I picked it up, and we had gotten a newspaper. And I was very confused because I forget the exact name of it, but it was something along the lines of the Jewish Herald.
Oh yeah, the Jewish journal, I think.
Yeah. I'm not Jewish.
You are not Jewish.
And so I said, that's weird, we must have gotten someone else's mail. And then I looked at the name on it, and I was more confused. Because I forget what the first name was. It was something like Christina or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was my last name.
Okay.
So I said, that's weird. So I said to my mom, hey, we got this Jewish newspaper for this person. And my mom said, oh yeah, we get that about once a month. It's from your dad's ex-wife. That's when I learned my dad had an ex-wife. And I said, what?
And she's Jewish.
Oh, wait, no. It goes deeper.
Why is it even going?
It goes deeper, Dustin. You know why?
Why?
Because when my dad was married to her, there were kids involved in that family.
Oh.
Not my dad's biological kids.
Oh.
But he was a stepdad to these kids for a period of time.
Huh.
And I've never knew this in my entire life. And so I said, wait a minute.
Rob, you're just like me.
Crazy.
You also found out that your dad had another family.
The difference
in a different order.
The difference is, man, is that when push came to shove, my dad chose my family.
In a different order. Dude, you're right. But you're just like me, though.
Man, are we sure that we don't have the same dad?
I'm fairly sure. There's enough connection between we already figured out that there was already a connection.
I don't know
between your family and my dad, so I don't want to think about it anymore.
I don't know the name of the movie, but you know that movie where like the two girls hold up different halves of the photograph and realize that like their parents were married or something like that?
Parent Trap?
Is that what it was?
Probably. I think it's a common trope in a lot of twin movies, so I'm not so sure. But yeah, probably Parent Trap, I think, is what you're referring to.
I just imagine that with me and Nat, but we're just both realizing that we had the same dad all along.
I don't think
that scene is way funnier with two kids who are totally different races. Oh my god, it's us in this picture, and our parents are together.
How would we never know? No. Yeah, no, I don't think we're related, Rob.
No?
I don't think so.
I mean, if you adjusted enough, everyone's related.
I mean, sure. Yes. Not really.
Instead of two Lindsay Lohan, just Lindsay Lohan and Raven Simone.
Oh my god. That would.
And then Lindsay Lohan is like, I didn't see this coming, and then Raven Simone is like, I did.
Because I do a thing sometimes.
Yeah, she can always see it, and no matter what she's in, she can see the future. I saw Raven Simone on like this like really like low budget comedy like game show at the laundromat. It was like playing. It was playing like on the TV at the laundromat.
Okay.
And it was like this like game. It was like this game show for comedians, or like there was like a panel of
25 words or less.
No, I don't. Wait, I don't think so. I don't know, but I remember
she's been on that game show a lot.
I just remember that the prizes, like the cash prizes, were like $1,000. So I'm like, this is really low budget.
Yeah,
even
it
tell-
does
how
still
it-
describe 25 words or less.
I mean, maybe that's what it was. I'm not sure, but I just remember her being on. I was like, is that Raven?
That's
then
so Raven.
That's so Raven. And then someone said something. Someone made like a joke about like that's so Raven, and she got mad. Like I imagine at this point she's probably sick of hearing about it.
Probably.
Howie Mandel was also on that show.
Yeah.
He was there.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of just around sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
The dealer. No
Did he
deal.
talk about he was scared of germs? And did the host like be like a total jerk about it and try touching his face or whatever, like they always do for some reason?
That's insane. I always
So
wonder.
mean.
Yeah, just do the fist bump. Like he does the fist bump. He did the fist bump on whatchamacallit all the time. Deal or no deal.
Yeah.
It was always fist bump. And I was like, yeah, there you go. It's like someone's like, yeah, I'm desperately like scared of clowns. And then you just like carry around like a red nose that goes honk around with you all the time around them.
Ellen did that sort of on her show. Someone talked about they're like deathly afraid of clowns and like they're literally terrified of it. And she was like, "Oh, look behind you!" And there was just a clown there.
True. That is fucked up. Is Ellen still around, or did she get?
No, she's done. She's been
Oh,
done.
she's done.
She got Dunzoed, right?
Yeah.
Oh, she got Dunzoed, all right.
Change it. I'm gonna change the word "canceled" to Dunzoed.
Dunzoed.
You think I
I'm
can
gonna
get that?
join you in this cause.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get Dunzoed on it. We got canceled on Twitter. You get Dunzoed on
Okay, I know I'm gonna get Dunzoed for this, but
there.
it makes the whole situation that much better.
It just keeps making
Just
me
like
think of the
Dunzoed
Pokemon
instead.
to Donzo.
Yeah.
The Donzo?
Damn,
Yeah, it's a Pokemon.
Wow.
wait,
It's a
Don?
Gen 9. Dodonzo is a Pokemon.
No,
And
it's
it's
not.
Gen 9?
Gen 9, yeah.
What is it?
Is it a Dodo?
Pretty
bird?
sure. No, I'm pretty sure that's the name of the giant whale.
Oh.
Like, you know, there's the little shrimp that jumps in the mouth of the whale.
Yeah.
The whale, I think, is called. It's either Dodonzo or Dondozo. It might be Dondozo.
I believe you either way.
Again, I don't know Pokemon anymore.
It's a flamingo, but an amigo.
It's
Well,
It's a
Amigo.
flamingo.
Damn, they really. Like, there's still a little bit of the old Pokemon team in there.
Dude, nothing. So, I've said this before, I think, on the podcast, but I'm gonna say it again.
Say it again.
Nothing gave me greater joy than seeing that they finally made a flamingo Pokemon. B, nothing gave me greater joy than when the flamingo Pokemon ended up being the optimal one to use in speedruns. That just made my day so much. I was like, oh my god, we get to use the flamingo. Oh, and Dustin.
Speedrunners
Robert,
finally gained it.
You weren't here earlier, but new glitches were recently discovered, I guess, in Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Okay.
So there's a new glitched speedrun that's being made for it. And of all the Pokemon needed for this new glitched speedrun, it requires a Farfetch'd and a Mr. Mime.
Okay. Okay.
It is a weird run.
Love seeing Mr. Mime finally get the recognition he deserves.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, he's Ash's dad.
He's not the stepfather. He's a father who stepped up.
I think he's the biological father. Did you see
Whoa.
how he had his... Did you see his hand on her knee?
He literally cannot be the biological father.
Why?
I think he's younger than Ash.
Why not?
Why?
we
That's
watched
Mr.
when-
Mime. We're talking about
watched
Mr.
when
Mime.
Ash- we saw in episode like 80-something
We're not
when
talking-
Ash first met Mr. Mime and caught him.
We're not talking about Why Not. We're talking about Mr. Mime. Get your facts straight.
And I just told you.
Who said that does a Pokemon have to be caught? Do Pokemon have to be caught to reproduce? Answer me that one.
No, but the Mr. Mime was part of a traveling circus.
Yeah, sure.
He had a different trainer. He wasn't in Pallet Town.
How do you know? Could have stopped on the way through.
And what? Just banged Ash's mom?
Probably.
Probably.
Pretty sure actors do that a lot in traveling shows.
And then it's like, damn, I got to find out. I need to come up with a story because my kid will never meet its real father, and then he comes back.
Oh, God, he just threw a Pokeball at me.
One of these days, I've talked about wanting to do a channel about the Pokemon anime before, and ultimately it's just too much work, so I can't be bothered. But like, I could do a whole video on like top 20 possible people, top 20 contenders for Ash's dad, and not one of those 20 is it gonna be fucking Mr. Mime.
You see, I'm just gonna if you make the channel, I'm just gonna make a channel that makes fun of your channel, and then come up with the real solutions.
On the contrary, what you're gonna do is you're gonna start. Remember when you did that countdown where you were like, number of days since he hasn't covered Smash Mouth or whatever?
Oh, for Shane?
Yeah. You're gonna do that and be like, number of days or doing this every day until Rob acknowledges Mr. Mime is Ash's dad.
I'll just make reaction. I'll pull a Jax Films and just make a reaction channel where I only react to your videos. And I'm gonna be like, this is bullshit. He didn't even mention Mr. Mime. I'll just be like, no, here's the real lore, alright? So Ash's dad is not actually Mr. Mime either.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Going against your own theory.
Well, no, because you don't want to say the real theory because it might scare people away.
I remember there was one theory that I read that I actually was a decent fan of, which is that Ash's dad is Palmer. I don't know if you know who that is.
Golfer?
Palmer.
The golfer who made Ice Tea.
No, do you know the Battle Frontier?
No.
That's Gen 3.
It's late Gen 3. It's when Ash was battling like the Frontier Brains.
Sure.
The toughest of the Battle Frontier was a guy who was in a traveling pyramid.
Pyramids can move?
This one could fly, yeah.
Holy shit.
But his name was Palmer, and he owns the Reggie trio.
Oh.
But there was a theory that Palmer is Ash's dad. That's why he's never around. However, we know for a fact that that's not the case. Because there was a Journeys episode in one of the last episodes made where while we don't see Ash's dad, we learn a number of things about him. In particular, A, we learn he exists. As in he's alive.
Yeah.
B, we learn that he's constantly traveling because of work.
Mm-hmm.
And C, Ash knows who he is.
Yeah, he does.
And because Ash knows who he is,
yeah,
that literally rules out every single person that Ash has ever met in the anime. Because if his dad was anyone who he already met in the anime, he would have just said, "Oh, hi, Dad."
Well, maybe he's like one of those dads that's like, no, you can't call me dad. You gotta call me mister.
They're around here.
Maybe he has his dad's like strict like that.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. I'm just saying, it's foolish to rule anything out.
Speaking of me not being here earlier, I got a notification on my phone from Discord, and it's Robert saying Matt, we can still hear you.
Yeah.
I then open up Discord to see what's
Oh.
going on, to see that message immediately be deleted. I then look into the voice chat, and it's you two and Fanning all in voice chat, but you're all deafened.
Okay. We
Why?
You know, it's funny because it did occur to me that anyone looking at voice channel is going to be really confused.
What we were
I was
doing.
really confused. I was like,
Okay.
what are you...
As far as why the message was deleted, I don't know. Did you delete it, Matt?
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Because it just made no sense. And I was
Okay.
like, yeah, that is-
So Matt deleted the message. Basically, what was going on is we got this new game, Dustin. The new game that I think Fanning had posted about.
Georgia, give him credit.
Fuck, what's it called again, Matt?
Lethal Company?
Lethal Company, yeah. But Lethal
Okay.
Company uses in-game proximity voice chat. And that's like a big part of the game.
Oh, okay.
So we were deafened in Discord because we were talking using the game's proximity chat.
Got it, okay.
But it did occur to us, or at least occurred to me, that I was like, you know, if anyone joins Discord voice, they're going to be really confused.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were just doing some bit just to see how fast that message was deleted, just to see you guys all deafened. It's like, is there a bit going on here?
No, we had
Are you guys messing with somebody?
We had just started the game, and Matt was
For some reason,
having
it
a
wasn't
weird
working.
issue where we could hear him talk, but he couldn't hear us. So I was letting him know, hey, we can hear you.
Right.
But just as I sent that, he got it working.
Pretty cool, man.
Yeah, no, the game is really cool.
Like, you go and you gotta go, like, investigate these, like, abandoned, like, factory floors or whatever kind of thing. And there's, like, monsters in them, and it's real spooky. And then, like, yeah, it's like proximity chat, but also you can get, like, a walkie-talkie and have one person back at the base. So you can also do that.
Yeah.
It's
So, like,
cool.
Georgia ended up having to go, so it was me, Matt, and Fanning for a while.
Mhm.
So we had Fanning stay back at base. And then me and Matt went together into the building. And Matt stayed on the walkie. So Matt was like our communicator.
Right.
And not that I ever got to use it, but I had a shovel that we could use to fight things off. Not that we ended up using it, but
Oh, the best. Well, there was one part. Okay, there's actually two parts that I want to remember.
there's a
I
lot of
remember.
funny parts. But yeah,
The
go
first
on.
one was when we first got the walkie-talkie. Rob had it originally. I walk into a room, and
Oh,
I guess
no.
I somehow just like walked perfectly behind like support beams in there because I didn't see anything. Rob walks in behind me, is immediately gunned down by a sentry turret that's just in there for no reason. We had no worries. He is like he is because and he's dead.
No, you
And
know what?
I immediately am like, and then I see like, I like see his body, and I see the. Oh shit, that's weird. Wait, sorry. I immediately see his body, and I see the the walkie-talkie, and I'm like trying to like peek around the pole to not get destroyed by the sentry, but pick up the walkie-talkie. I pick it up, and I'm like, hey, Fanning, it's me. Rob just got fucking annihilated by a sentry turret. And he's laughing on the other side. I'm like,
Matt.
Rob is insane.
Matt, it gets even better though because there's part of it you don't even know about.
Yeah.
So as soon as you die, Dustin, you can go into a spectator mode. And the really nice thing about the spectator mode is that whoever you're spectating, you can hear them talk. You can't talk to them, but you can hear them talk, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So as soon as I'm dead, I'm in spectator mode. And I spectate Fanning, right?
Yep.
Not even a second after I'm dead, Fanning says, presumably trying to talk into the walkie-talkie, but Matt doesn't have it yet, so he doesn't hear it. Fanning says, oh, looks like there's a camera in the corner of the room. And I'm like, not a camera, not a camera. That was one of the fun moments. Another one was you're supposed to, every couple days, you have to like meet your quota.
Mhm.
And it wasn't explicitly stated what would happen, but it was like, if you don't meet your quota, you're in trouble, basically.
Yeah, and the quota is like collecting like scrap metal or something.
Yeah. So our first run around, we got literally 0 scrap metal, so we did not meet our quota at all. So we went to deliver our scrap metal, and we were just like, well, that's weird. We don't have anything to deliver. So we just kind of got in our spaceship and left. And we were like, huh, we really thought something bad was going to happen. As we're flying away, all of a sudden an alarm goes off, and it's saying, like, you did not meet your quota. Because you did not meet your quota, you will have to be punished. This is how we discipline you. And the next thing we know, the door to our spaceship rips open, and we're all just ejected into space.
Oh no.
And game over.
It was like, you're fired. It's like,
Yeah, and then it was like, you're fired. I was like, damn.
The other thing that happened was at one point.
Oh, you should, I don't know if that's what you're going to talk about. We should talk about our very first round.
Oh no. At one point towards the end, Rob was like, we had metal, but I was trying to communicate something to Fanning because there was like a weird like door on the other side of like a pit that looked like I could possibly jump to it. So Rob is like, okay, I'm gonna leave and bring the stuff back. You stay here, and immediately like I'm okay. Well, I'm staying here. He's having me be here alone. That's a bad idea. Whatever. He like leaves, and like a minute later, it was it was almost like it was like the to be continued thing, where just like it's just this monster just like walks out the door on the other side as I'm alone, and it's like dude, it's like yes playing like to be continued, and I'm like well fuck, and I immediately just start running. Little did I know Rob has already died on his way back to the ship. And then I die in the exact same way to like quicksand.
Yeah.
While like Fanning's like telling me that I'm being chased, so I'm not looking where I'm going. So I'm like sinking into quicksand while I'm being chased by something, and it's like, well, they're dead. I also kept getting like ranked like most paranoid. It like ranks you after every one. And I got most paranoid, and I'm like, why? I don't know. Fanning kept getting laziest, but that makes sense because he was the one that was staying behind.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly the safest job, even though one time we got back and he was dead.
No, we didn't even make it back. We had died ourselves.
He got 5 Nights at Freddy's somehow. No, I got back. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, you did get back. You're right. Sorry.
I got back. Fanning was gone, and then I turned around and a monster walked into our ship, and I'm like,
You're right.
Oh no, that's not okay.
The first round we did, though, we didn't know what we were doing, and I think all 4 of us died by literally just falling to our deaths. Like, we all saw Fanning fall to his death.
And we were like, oh shit, that's crazy.
Then when Matt and George had their backs turned, I fell to my death, and they just thought I fucked off.
And then I think when I'm like talking to Georgia, and like I jump and I go into like I just accidentally jump into a hole, and I'm like, whoop. It's like, where am I going? It's also kind of fun, although it is kind of fun when you die. Because you get put into the spectator, all the people that are dead can spectate.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of just seamlessly transition into talking to the alive people and talking to the dead people.
The one complaint that I do have about the game, very minor complaint, is when you're dead, right?
Yeah.
And I'm watching both you and Fanning, Dust. When I'm watching both you and Fanning, Matt.
Yeah.
When you two would talk to each other on the walkie, I had to constantly switch back and forth on who I was spectating in order to get the full conversation.
Oh, you couldn't hear the walkie.
Yeah, I think the dead person should be able to hear the walkie.
Yeah, that's easy.
Like I said, that's really a minor complaint, though. The game's pretty well built.
Yeah, it just kind of really just worked seamlessly.
The proximity voice chat, I don't think I've ever seen a game have proximity voice chats as flawless.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, there was never any issue at all with it. It was just so well built. Dustin, it's so well built, the proximity voice chat stuff, to the point where, like, even the acoustics are different depending on where in the map you are.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, there's directional audio so that you can kind of tell what direction someone is in. When you're inside, like, a metal thing, you can kind of hear it echo off the metallic walls.
Right.
Like, it was really cool.
There's
But it's a $10 game.
One of the creatures like covers your face.
Yeah.
And then while the person has their like face covered, they're
muffled.
And you can kind of hear what they're saying, but not really. And then obviously when you like through the walkie-talkie, Fanning the whole time just sounded like he was like going through a walkie-talkie. It was really cool.
Yeah, really solid game for $10.
Good game.
Yeah, probably playing some more this weekend.
Yeah, well, George is the one that wanted to play it really badly, but then he had stuff to do.
Yeah,
he's doing his
farewell tour.
Yeah. He's going around making sure he sees everyone one more time before he before he leaves.
Before he leaves for Africa, only to never return.
Imagine he messages us like halfway and he's like, "Yeah, guys, I'm not coming back. It's sick out here."
Dude, if he does that, I think we all just join him.
Possibly, yeah. We should have him on next week for his farewell tour.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
His I told my mom that he was going to Rwanda.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, "Oh, like from like the movie," and I'm like, "Yeah, like Hotel Rwanda," and she was like, "No, I was like the movie like the genocide." She's like, "No, like Black Panther."
What?
That's not Rwanda.
And I'm like, "No, that's not it. That's Wakanda, the magical city with magical technology."
Oh God!
I wish he was going to Wakanda.
Dude, Rwanda, Wakanda, same shit, right? Let's be honest.
Another situation. I never thought about how similar they sound.
I don't know if they sound that similar.
Wakanda.
People have done like the, like the classic, like going on the street and seeing how stupid people are.
Yep.
Kind of bit. There were a lot of people that did that, like made up stupid things about like Wakanda, but they would use the name Wakanda and people would just like answer it. It's like, what do you think about immigrants from Wakanda? And they would go to like Trump rallies and be like, hey, they need to stay in their own country. Like, what do you think about like Wakanda? And then they like make shit up, even though they're like, in their head, they're probably like, I don't know anything about that country. I need to make something up.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's like, yeah, no, it's not real.
Yeah, similar to that. Not that I've seen a video like this, but I'm sure it exists. I know I've seen videos where people are like, can you point on this map and show me where the United States is? Can you show me on this map where Russia is? I want someone to do that. Can you show me on this map where Wakanda is?
Should go to Wakanda.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Why didn't you guys go? Why didn't you guys go there on your trip?
In Africa, dummy.
Yeah, a little hard to drive to Africa from here.
I think you could have done it.
We could not have.
Yeah, you could have. Sure, why not?
Cars don't do that.
No.
Nope.
That's unfortunate. Why are cars?
I agree.
Yep. All right, so I was debating on whether to mention this because at this point I have so few of the details that I don't think that there's really any point in me bringing it up. But last night I had like one of the weirdest fucking dreams I had had in a while. And I genuinely wish I remembered more of it. But like, I know for a fact that my younger nephew was in it and he was talking.
The axolotl?
No, it wasn't an axolotl this time.
He was real.
A human.
He was real this time.
Okay.
He was a human. He was talking though. There might have been some sort of massacre going on where I was.
Oh no. Was it in Texas? Related to a chainsaw?
No.
Oh.
No, it was like a gunman.
Can only hope.
And
John
I was
Gunman?
I was at like a football stadium or something.
Oh god, it's Batman.
It really is.
It's Batman.
Yeah, that's for Bane.
Or, you know, what you're saying just sounds likely. In general.
Yeah.
This might be one of those, not deja vu, but what it's called when you see it in a dream. Deja, whatever.
Like
Yeah,
a warning.
Yeah. Like I think you just saw. I think you just saw into the future a little bit.
Well, I hope not.
Your youngest nephew is gonna talk at some point, and who knows?
He's gonna
America.
He's gonna save everyone.
America.
Save
Fuck
everyone in
yeah.
a football stadium.
We shoot up our schools. Fuck
I-
yeah.
And football stadiums sometimes, apparently.
Oh, we shoot up everything. Fuck yeah.
I had a dream. that
I
one
had a
day-
dream.
No, I had a dream. I don't remember what it was about, but I remember waking up in the middle of the night, googling the word Cletus, which isn't a word, I don't think.
Cletus? It's a
Cletus.
name.
Maybe, I don't know. I googled it, and then I went back to sleep, and I woke up and opened my phone, and I had googled the name apparently Cletus. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Interesting.
I don't remember what the dream was about, but I do remember waking up briefly to Google that.
I really wish that I had written down as soon as I woke up this morning about that dream.
To make a dream
Because it was
journal?
just so... It was going all over the place.
Dream,
I
dream,
remember.
dream, 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 dream,
Mr.
dream.
Electric, Mr. Electric, have him expelled. He took my dream journal.
What?
Matt, remember one time we were discussing? He was referencing Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh, God.
You remember one time we were discussing whether or not if I had a dream where I was Martin Luther King, if I was allowed to say the N-word or not in the dream?
Wait, what?
Okay, here's the thing. I don't remember this conversation, but that sounds like a conversation we would have.
It was me,
So-
you, and Kevin in voice chat one time.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I do think I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he said it was okay.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I'm Martin Luther King.
Yeah. I mean, in your dream, you would. In your dream, you would be. You'd be cool in your dream. Who's gonna stop you?
I mean, he's got a point. I feel like even if you were just you in your dream, fucking say it, whatever.
Okay,
Nah,
wait.
whoa.
Oh,
It's a
so that's
dream.
what you
I
dream
think it's time we done.
about.
That's what you dream about.
I
He's
didn't
like,
say that's what I dreamed about.
I
I'm
can only
just
do this.
saying.
I can only do it here, so I better make use of my time.
All those times I want to say it while I was awake.
That is not
gotta
at all
get him
what I
out now.
said. You're putting words in my mouth
Starts-
now.
We're just making an assumption.
Starts googling how to lucid dreaming.
Googling
Be able
lucid
to say
dreaming
the
so I can
N-word.
get the unpass.